That's right. 1-800-526-7977. And, of course, the phone lines are open for your questions right now. Let's see if we can get this call, Brad. Let's see. 1 second. That didn't work. 718-749-5005. That's the number to call right now. The phone lines are open. 718-749-5005. You call right now, and you can get your questions answered. And as always, they always wait till the last minute to call. And then when the segment's over, can I speak to Brad? Well, again, when the segment starts, you got to call immediately. The number is 718-749-5005. If you call right now, you can get your questions answered.
I'm going to give everybody a hint. The reason why DJ Roy and I are talking about all the different areas that I do is because nobody calls. Okay? If you called from the first second the show started, we would be taking the calls. We wouldn't be talking about, all the different areas. You'd be getting questions right away.
There you go.
Right? True or not true?
Let's see if we can get these questions in, Brad. It's amazing. Right. So let's take this. Morning. Good morning.
Yeah, morning. Speak to Brad.
Yeah, go ahead. This is live. Go ahead.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, Brad.
Yeah.
I got a question. The question, you talk about the stuff that Obama was planning to sign. Is he already signed it?
You're talking about it's called stateside processing or in-country waiver processing. So
yeah, the waiver, the thing for the waiver.
If you enter the country without inspection. What happens is it's not a matter of signing because it's not a law. He can change the rules. And he has published, he made an announcement in January he was going to change the rules and allow people to file their waivers here in America. And then if they get their waivers approved, they can go home, and they basically have a free pass to go home, get their green card, and come back because they get a letter from the Immigration Service here to the man or woman behind the window at the U.S. Embassy saying, you cannot deny this person for any immigration law violation. You can't deny them because they entered without inspection. You can't deny them because they lived here illegally for more than a year. You can't deny them because they worked here illegally. And that waiver covers all of that. And as a result, people who entered without inspection who can't adjust their status here will be able to go home and be able to come back. Now, he doesn't sign it. He announced he's going to change the rule. How rules change is he has to make a notice in the Federal Register. Federal Register is a book that comes out by the U.S. government that says that talks about rule changes and regulation changes and everything else. Then they have to get 60 days from the time that it comes out before it actually goes into effect. It got put in the book the second week of April, which means that it cannot go into effect any time before at least mid-June. I would expect that sometime after mid-June, sometime shortly after mid-June, it will go into effect. Could it be the end of June? Could it be July or August? Yes. But I would expect very shortly after that it will go into effect. The reason why I think it's going to go into effect right away is because the president is doing this because he promised immigration reform. And he didn't deliver on that promise, and he has to deliver on that promise well before the election because he wants to get reelected. Now, this is a very, 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 very exceedingly small piece of immigration reform, but at least it can help certain people. Mm-hmm. So I very much expect it to be put into place. Now, when it gets put into place, you already need an approved I-130 visa petition. It takes 5 months to get an I-130 approved. So for all those people who are waiting for it to go into place, it is illogical that it would not be in place shortly after June. But you need the approved I-130. You need to be sponsored by your by your spouse first, and that takes 5 months. So even if you start your case today, okay, you're now in May, June, July, August, September, October. You're looking at October for an approved I-130. By then, certainly, it will be well into effect. Why do you want to jump on it right away? Well, what happens if Mr. Romney wins? Nobody wants him to win, but if he does win, he can roll all this back. So there's only a short window of opportunity to do this waiver, and you want to be able to do it right away once it goes into effect. You can't you can't do it unless you start preparing for it now. So even though it's not in effect, my advice to people is start preparing for it now. Get your I-130s approved. If your I-130 is approved, start putting your paperwork together for the waiver so we can get it filed. That's
okay, well, let's say no, you have I-130 already approved.
But it is not in effect yet.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Will you announce it on the radio?
I will certainly announce it. So you are more of I'm not going to do anything until it actually goes into effect. Is that correct?
Okay. That's correct.
Is that how you're thinking?
Yes.
Why?
But you know what? I want you to if when he signs it and it go into effect, if you can come back on the radio and announce it so the whole entire United States.
I will. But let me ask you this question: Why you're scared not to do anything until it goes into effect?
Well, you know what? I'm just asking, because it's like I don't know the procedures. Okay, because I'm just asking if you have I-130 already approved.
Right. Well, the procedure is you need to file a waiver. It's an I-601 waiver. It's the same waiver you file at the embassy, but you're filing it here. Okay? And I can also tell you, so the procedures of what the waiver is going to be is exactly the same. So it's just the only difference is where are you mailing that application in? You're not mailing it to the U.S. Embassy, or you're not walking it into the U.S. Embassy. You're mailing it here in the United States while you're physically here. That's the only difference.
And how long should it take for them to approve that waiver if they happen to approve it?
I would assume it will be a few months. Right now, waivers take anywhere between 3 to 5 months to get approved, and I would assume you're looking at a similar waiting time. Now, I will tell you this. The way that they put the rule into place in the Federal Register is they're giving everybody only one opportunity to do it. So you have to be very careful when you are going to do this waiver, because the way it's going to come out is you have one chance to do it. If you screw it up, you don't get a second chance, and there is no appeal of it. Okay. So it's a one-time in or out and done. So please make sure if you're going to do it on your own that you do it correctly. Or please make sure that if you're going to go to a professional that you're going to somebody you really trust.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll come and see you. All right, thanks.
And the number to call to set up an appointment, 1-800-526-7977. Now, every phone line is lit. So here's what we're going to do, Brad. We'll see if we can take 2 calls quickly. So ask your question. Brad will answer, and then we'll move on to another call.
We got 30 seconds per call.
All right, there we go. Good morning. You're live with the attorney, Brad Bernstein. Hello?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, yes, sir. My name is Paul. I'd like to ask Brad a question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead quickly.
All right. My wife is a U.S. citizen, right? And I'm a green card holder, right? And I was son in Jamaica, right? I need to file for her, but I'm saying my wife is not the mother of my son, right?
How old is your son?
So, about 32 years old.
And when did you get married?
About 35 years now.
Okay, yeah. So your wife can file for the son as a stepmother.
A stepmother, right?
Yeah.
How long would that take?
Assuming he's single, about
to bring my son up here. Huh?
Assuming he's single, about 4 to 4.5 years, because he's over age.
About 4 years?
Yeah. If you file for him, it's about 8. So let your wife file.
Right.
All right.
Oh, okay, thank you.
All right, the number to call to set up an appointment, 1-800-526-7977. See if I can get this call, too. Good morning. You're live with the attorney, Brad Bernstein.
Good morning. Morning, DJ, right? Brad?
Yes.
I got a quick question. A mother of 4 in Jamaica. U.S. citizen filing for a mother of 4. Not a U.S. citizen. A U.S. citizen looking at fiancé visa for a mother of 4. What kind of proof you need to have?
A U.S. citizen filing for a mother of 4?
Yeah, but they have a fiancé visa.
For your fiancé visa? Oh, okay. So you want to file for this this woman you love plus 4 children?
Yes, that's the proof.
All right, so the proof is you got to prove you're in a relationship. You've met the woman and that you're in a relationship, so they want proof that you have an ongoing relationship. So somebody would have an ongoing relationship, would have visited this woman multiple times, have lots of pictures, proof that they've gone back and forth to her home, that they speak on the phone, so phone bills, emails, cards, evidence of their relationship. Whatever evidence you have of a relationship, of a long-distance relationship, they would want to see. And
Brad,
yes,
that's what I'm saying. We don't have none of those proofs.
Well, you better start getting some of that proof if you want to do it the right way. So what I would suggest you do is make an appointment to come see me, and we'll we'll sit down and see what you got and what you need to do.
All right.
Okay, Brad.
All right. Yeah, Western Union, some money to her too would also
Yeah, I mean,
help.
you can't fake a marriage, but I mean, obviously, if you're in a relationship, there's got to be something there, and we'll figure it out when he comes.
There you go. Let me do this, Brad. No, not that. I don't want to do this.
Prior results do not guarantee similar outcome in future cases. To set up an appointment for a personal consultation with Brad Bernstein, call 1-800-526-7977. That's 1-800-526-7977.
That's right. Call right now. Someone standing by waiting to take your phone call. Call 1-800-526-7977. And as always, I'm going to tell you, our listeners again, Brad is such an extremely busy attorney. And when he comes on the air, it's usually between 15 and maybe 16, 17 minutes. If you call as soon as we get on the air, he will get every question answered. And of course, if you don't get through live on air, you can always call 1-800-526-7977. And of course, set up an appointment to speak to Brad and let Brad and his attorney do the right thing by you. By the way, let's remind our listeners that there is a, I don't know if a sale is the right word to use, Brad. I think it's more like a gift.
Offering discounts.
Yeah, I think it's more like a gift to the Irie Jam listeners. And you can, again, tell them, because I don't have my phone. You can
it's through June 10th.
Mm-hmm.
It's 15% off, $75 for every $500 that you spend.
All right. 1-800-526-7977. Thanks a lot, Brad, and we'll check in with you later on.
Okay.
Brad Bernstein from the Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein right here on Irie Jam Radio.